G'day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan battle video. In this video we are going to be taking a look at the physical Thouser, otherwise known as the Cooler Armored Squadron unit, after their recent Extreme Z Awakening in DBZ Dokkan battle. So obviously these guys have a pretty interesting Extreme Z Awakening. I think a lot of people feel like they're not that good. I think they're okay. I think they have a set place. They probably help elevate people's beginner Terrifying Conquerors teams to kind of a mid-tier level. But I don't think they were designed to carry content, and I think that's what people kind of thought they would do. They are specifically good, however, for the Fighting Spirit events, which is always helpful. But they are a Terrifying Conquerors lead of 140%. They raise attack for 1 turn and lower the enemy's attack and defense. They have attack and defense of 40% per Terrifying Conquerors category ally on the team, and key +3 and launch 2 additional attacks, each of which has a medium chance of becoming a super attack when there's an ally whose name includes Cooler's Armored Squadron excluded on the team. Medium chance for vetting the enemy's attacks, and medium chance of guarding all attacks when there's an enemy whose name includes Goku. So overall, I think they have a very niche kit. Their link skills are kind of what I feel lets them down a lot. Cooler's Armored Squadron, Cooler's Underling, Loyalty, Cold Judgment, Shocking Speed, Brainiacs, and Fierce Battle. And then their on-joined forces, Terrifying Conquerors, target Goku, Special Pose, Space Traveling Warriors. But because of their design, you pretty much only want to run them on Terrifying Conquerors or Space Traveling Warriors, possibly target Goku or Special Pose. Like, Joined Forces isn't really a team to run them on. Space Traveling Warriors obviously includes guys like the Ginyu Force, who are all on Terrifying Conquerors, similarly with Terrifying Conquerors. But you also want a Cooler to activate their full passive, so it is a little bit difficult, I want to say, to kind of get their full boost. I am using them as I can under a Ginyu lead and a Strength Cooler lead. I could not find another Ginyu lead, unfortunately. I think these guys, they can be good at a rainbow level, and when I say good, I mean very solid. I just think, they're not, like, their kit doesn't have the necessary cohesion to allow them to really function. You want to run them on a Terrifying Conquerors team, but their link set's not great, so they need to have the kind of assistance or utility that will make them worthwhile to run. For example, Strength Movie Piccolo, the banner unit that came out with the Tech Goku and the Strength Cooler, that unit has terrible synergy with the Movie Heroes team, but you forgive it because he brings utility that he needs. So just look at their stats. 244,000 defense is not bad at all. We do have one dupe in my Thouser Cooler Armored Squadron, but generally speaking that's not that bad. They do have Brainiacs and Cold Judgment active at this time, which is literally their best case scenario. You could link level them 100%, get Loyalty activated as well for the 5% damage reduction, the additional defensive increases, Shocking Speed could be activated. You could, of course, get 3 more dupes in them, put a defensive equipment on, and maybe we're looking at highballing around the 350k kind of area, without having too primed the setup. The thing is it's just, for what they bring to the table, not enough. Like I was saying, you'll run Strength Movie Piccolo, but the reason you're running Strength Movie Piccolo is because Strength Movie Piccolo brings so much to the table. He brings his guard capabilities, he brings his damage reduction that he gains with everyone on the rotation. So there's a lot of like real power, I want to say, that comes with Piccolo. That kind of belies his link set. So you take kind of having a bit of a crappy linking partner in that first slot, because Piccolo just does so much as a unit. And for me, that's kind of where you need to see these units with poor link sets lie. Like, you look at the Thouser Armored Squadron, they have medium chance to evade and medium chance to guard, only when facing Goku enemy units, it's just not like super duper exciting. Yeah, Piccolo gives you attack and defense for your allies as well. He's just really solid, and he seals attacks as well. I just feel like when you look at Piccolo as obviously being a very good banner unit, I feel like with Thouser they could have done the same thing. Obviously, guarding is not really, I guess, in a lore sense, something for Thouser's group, but you could have given them something like Berta and Jace. 50% chance to dodge would have been great. Unconditional. Make it 70% when there's a Goku enemy. And give them support and increase that support when there's a Goku's enemy. And then you probably would have found them being run anyway. Because then there would have been a support with 50% dodge that Rainbow could have over 300k defense. Sounds good to me. One thing I do like about them is their damage. It may seem, to some people not super impressive or anything, but to me their damage is really nice, especially with the cooler on the team. 2.9 million, I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but the fact that they can fire up to 3 attacks is pretty good. The lowering of attack and defense is also very solid, especially for SBR and ESBR. They could be a nice floating unit for SBR and ESBR. I think that's where they lie as a unit. I think that's where they thrive, where they'll look good. You'll take them into ESBR, SBR, stick them in that third slot, and they'll be able to fire off multiple attacks. They'll be able to really debuff the enemy. I think, if anything, that's where they lie as a unit. I think that's, not as good as it gets, but I think that's really probably the highlight of where I would say they are as a unit. Of course, I think overall they do have some link problems. They have a great sticker effect, but I do think they have some linking problems as well. Brainiacs is fine. Loyalty is fine, considering, you can run them under a Ginyu Force team or on a Ginyu hybrid Terrifying Conquerors team. Like, that's all more than fine to me. The real issue is the Cooler's underling. Like, they just have, I think, 3 links that just don't work really. Cooler's Armored Squadron is not great. Cooler's underling is not great, and then Shocking Speed is just super uncommon. Like, it's just so uncommon to the point of it's not really worth running. Like, so until we get like a really good, one day we'll get a good banner Thouser. Like, we're gonna get a banner Thouser that's going to be super solid, and it's gonna bring support. He's gonna bring sealing and stuff like that, and he's gonna link really well with them, and they're going to get that 25% attack and defense from Cooler's Armored Squadron, which is going to make a huge difference to them, because they're going to share Cold Judgment, they will share Loyalty, they'll share Cooler's Underling, Cooler's Armored Squadron, Brainiacs, and all of a sudden that extra defense, extra attack, the extra support from that Thouser, and these guys will be 450k defense and hitting 5 mil attack stats, and they'll look really great. I think if they had just brought out a banner Thouser instead of a banner Gohan and Krillin with this celebration, I think they would have really nailed it, and this unit would be looking a lot better. But because they didn't, for some reason, they went with 2 super banner units. I think that's kind of hindered Thouser in the current situation. There's still always a chance for them to get better. Whenever a unit has 2 links that are really strong but just not easily able to be get, once you have a unit that fully kind of succeeds those links, you'll see them rapidly improve. You'll very often, like Int Bojack, for example, for years was a great unit that didn't have a great linking partner. Strength Bojack came out, and him and Int Bojack looked insane together, and they still do look pretty good together. And it's just because of that premise that a unit with a slightly wonky link set all of a sudden looks a lot better when you have multiple better versions of that unit running around. Same with the Cell units, same with any kind of villain unit that gets that kind of secondary supporting cast member or that rotation unit. All of a sudden they really do elevate to a new level. Whether that'll happen soon, considering this has been a super Cooler centric kind of celebration. I don't know. I really think they missed an opportunity to bring out a Thouser here. I think that was, or a Salsa. I think that was genuinely the best time to do so, and I think he would have saved this unit, and I think he would have done well overall. But overall, I think they're okay. I think they bring good damage, and they'll elevate your team from a starter team to like a mid-tier team. So that's it from me. Bye.